Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Spirit of Life Alchemy. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of August 2022, and this is your morning message tarot reading. So, big day today in the UK. Some of you may have experienced this yesterday on the 1st, but in the UK it happens 53 minutes past midnight, which is the once in a lifetime triple conjunction between Mars, Uranus, and the North Node. So the North Node, this is all happening in Taurus, by the way. So the North Node is all about where you're going in life, what you're here to do. South Node is karma and stuff like that you bring through from previous lives, your comfort zone, the things you feel comfortable in doing. And opposite that is the North Node, which is where you're going forward and what you're here to do. So Mars is the planet of taking action, our will, our drive, our passion and desire and purpose. It's our physical body. On the lower frequencies, it can be anger and frustration and things like that, or control. With Uranus, which is the planet of revolution, shocks, surprises, chaos, breakthrough, liberation. So you can see when you merge the energies of these three planets and points together, it's quite an explosive mix. Taurus is the planet of material wealth and resources. Its connection to nature, its pleasure, our physical senses, and sort of our values and things like that. So have a look and see where Taurus falls in your natal chart, and it'll give you an idea about what areas in your life are being affected by this massive transit. The moon starts off in Virgo and then moves into Libra. It's going to form an opposition to Jupiter. Jupiter is in Aries. So Aries is very much I am. Libra is about we are and relationships and sort of how we get on with other people and things. So there could be a bit of a push and pull between me and we in our relationships, and sort of how we expand relationships, benevolence, justice, truth and freedom. Also Jupiter themes. Jupiter is one of the big gas planets of the solar system. So it's big and it's expansive, but it can go too far and overindulge. And also there's a thing about sort of independence and codependence, or whether we can come to a balance of interdependence in the middle. Then we have Venus sextiling Uranus. So that's an exact aspect, but because of the closeness of the North Node and Mars, they will also be influenced by this sextile to Venus. If from the UK, it's actually tomorrow morning when that Venus has an exact sextile to Mars. That's at 3 o'clock in the morning. But there's going to be general influences. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so Taurus being the sign that all this major activity is going in on. It's going to be soothed and loved by Venus, having a beneficial aspect to this conjunction. And also Venus is in Cancer as well, so more nice feminine mothering nurturing energies having a positive effect on the big triple conjunction. And I would say if it comes to the worst today, then retreat back into your Cancerian shell and self-nurture and mother yourself. And then we've also got Mercury forming a quincunx to Pluto. So this is delving deep, intense curiosity, deep meaningful conversations, delving into conversations and things like that about around power and transformation. And so that sort of really helps with the transformation and the changes going on today. So, oh, what a sculpture, as they would say. It's one of the tabloid newspapers in the UK. So, yeah, a sculpture of cosmic activity today. Let's do some cards and see what the cards have to say for the energies today. I'm going to use the Gaia deck. Let's get some nice grounded feminine energies onto the matter in hand. So, what do we need to know for today? The 2nd of August 2022. Messages from Spirit for the collective, please. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Tuesday the 2nd of August 2022. Also, we're in the middle of Lionsgate, going forward to an exact point on the 8th, on Monday. And also we're in a Lammas tide as well. So the 1st or 2nd of August is a popular time to celebrate Lammas. The 7th of August is when the sun is actually at 15 degrees of Leo, which is the astrological point of Lammas. So, you know, what are you starting to harvest? What fruits are ripening on your trees? And, you know, grains being ready to start being harvested and stuff. Where is your harvest starting? We've had three quarters of the year, 9 months of planning and executing and doing the work, and now the last 3 months is about the harvest tide. Last 3 months, you could say. I take this from a Western perspective, Western pagan perspective, where sort of the end of the year is 31st of October, Samhain, beginning of the new year, the 1st of November, and the first 3 months over the winter period when the land is fallow, and everything is going on below the frozen surfaces. It's very much like pregnancy. So the new year is growing within us. It's not until Imbolc at the beginning of February that sort of spring is actually birthed. In Greek myth, you could look at it as the 3 months that Persephone spent in the underworld with Hades, and her mother Demeter lay waste to the land in revolt and refusal to allow crops to grow. And then when Persephone returned at the beginning, that marked the beginning of spring, and Demeter allowed the growth of nature again. So that's how I see the cosmic year. So I'm just going to do one more of those because I've just got distracted. So what do we need to know for today for our highest and greatest good? Okay, let's see. What do the cards have to say? The ocean of eternal love, healing, creativity and fertility. Lovely, lovely card there. Neptunian energies, I always see that as. But could also be Cancerian and going back to the sea. Then we have peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. That's always a good idea to do. And then we have Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. Okay, so in the turmoil of this big triple aspect, once in a lifetime sculpture, the message for me is about, you know, really tuning into that Venus in Neptune energies, you know, the divine feminine, grounding yourself, being in the ocean, being in peace, soothing and calming any angry thoughts or frustration or anything like that, and just come into a state of peace and allow yourself to be mothered by Gaia. let's do some cards. What we've got here today. We're using the light Line Strider deck today. I see this as a really nice feminine deck as well. So it goes perfectly with working with the Gaia cards and with the energies for today. So what do we need to know today for the 2nd of August 2022? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, guidance and support can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Okay, so let's see where we find ourselves. 9 of Wands with the 2 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, King of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. And at the bottom we have the Magician, the King of Wands. Okay, so straight away the messages that were jumping out at me were not being able to see where we're going, or starting off that way. So the card at the centre of the spread, we've got the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands can be about vulnerability, feeling vulnerable, where we feel we have to put up a boundary or a defence. Could be taken out of our comfort zone, sort of. And there could, with the big energies today, there could be resistance at sort of looking at the way forward, fear of the transformation. It may take you out of your comfort zone. It can also be about balancing your internal power with the external power. So what I mean by this is, if our internal power is weak, then external forces can very quickly overwhelm us, push us off balance, and things like that make us shrink away. If our internal strength is too strong, then we go through life like a bull in a china shop, trying to control everything, just pushing everybody and everything out of our way. Neither are good. The key is for the internal and the external to meet each other in balance. And know sort of your internal power and sort of where you're wanting to go, but also equally allowing yourself to surrender to the external and allow yourself to be guided. When I say surrender to the external, I mean the higher external powers, not outer authorities and things like that try to bamboozle us and push us down and control us. It's a dance of higher internal and external energies. Okay. We may not know at the moment where we want to go. We'll say we're in this phase of big energies and transformation. So it may be something that comes up with that Mercury, quincunx, Pluto energies that we find in this deep diving and delving into our internal power. We bring something forth, or something from the ocean of external love to help take us forward. But we may start off not knowing where we're going. The 2 of Swords. The Swords across, in this card, the bird of prey has got his little cap on so we can't see. And so when we don't know which way to go, it's about being in peace and standing still, tuning internally until we find what's holding us back, and a direction to go. What might be holding us back is old patterns, old fears, old stories, old habits. We have the 8 of Swords here, blindfolded, figure supposedly surrounded by swords. The figure thinks they're surrounded by swords, but there's actually a way out. In here we also have a knot of thread or something at the bottom, showing that confusion, that panic, that sort of, I can't see, I don't know what to do. But when we tune into our power, when we come out of the mind and we go down into the body, into the heart, into the gut consciousness, maybe even deeper into the pelvic consciousness, then sort of we connect with our body, with the earth, even root down into the earth, connect to Gaia, as directed to here, and find our truth and the way forward. And when we find that way forward, this is being given to us as a gift today, we come to the Eight of Cups. We're able to walk away and leave all that old story or belief patterns or whatever it behind. And this is complemented by the Six of Swords here. We're being supported, and I think we're being supported by the universe, by Source, to walk away. These are the two cards in the tarot of walking away, the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords. This card, the Eight of Cups, was in the position of support and advice from above, from spirit, and then in the next phase on the future, what we're moving towards, we have the Six of Swords. So it says to me that the universe is actually helping us to move on today. Okay, and then the three clarifiers here at the top. We've got the King of Pentacles, and I'm getting the question of how can I create stability in my future? How can I create the work that I want to do, earn the money I want to earn, in ways that empower me, have the money in the bank, have, you know, the security and the comfort, and that physical power in the physical world type of thing. And the key is the Five of Cups. As we work through our disappointment and our regret and the cups spill and things like that, and release them and walk away from them, okay, it inspires our passion. We connect into our power, and sort of we get that inspiration of the way forward. This, the Knights for me are the mutable signs of that element. So the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius, okay. You know the direction, you're focused, you pull the arrow back and you set that course in that direction. So yeah, the cards at the bottom, which is the environment or the subconscious and things, we have the Magician and we have the King of Wands. Again, we're talking about being in our power. The Magician reaches up into the 5D and magically channels and manifests down into the 3D. The same pose as Gaia has here. And also I find this card, the Ocean of Eternal Love, for me also represents the 5D, the collective consciousness, the collective unconsciousness, with that Mercury Pluto aspect. That's what we're doing, we're connected into that. And also Mercury is ruled by, the Magician is ruled by Mercury in the tarot. So that connecting in, finding peace, getting rid of the unwanted thoughts or disturbing thoughts, coming into a state of peace, and then channeling everything down in a way that empowers us. We're in contact with our power. The King of Wands, Cardinal Fire, Aries, I am that I am. Okay. And that causes the expansion. And also, just taking me back to Jupiter being in Aries, Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So, you know, it's firing up that inspiration and okay. So that's today's reading. I hope it made sense. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated for you. If it did, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell for notifications when I'm releasing readings. If you'd like a personal reading from me, then please email me the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching, and yeah, see you tomorrow, hopefully. Let's see if my little thing's going to work today.